Hey, hey, hey! It is it the 24th or 25th, man? 24th, okay. February 24th, 2024. On a Saturday, we just rolled through a plethora of athletes and wannabes and nobodies, and we made it work today. We have my special man. He's like a son to me. I got him as a sophomore in high school. He is my next big thing. And he will do that. He won't disappoint me. He will dominate college and he will dominate the NFL. And I said it today. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. Mr. Max LeBlanc. Maximus, how are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm excited. It's my first podcast.
This is awesome. Well,
a little nervous.
I know it. It's good to be nervous because it's going to be on, you can see it on YouTube and listen to it. So you'll have tons of these when you get to the Ohio State. Maxence is going to Ohio State. Let me ask a question I ask all my guys when they come on. I don't know if you've heard any of my podcasts. But, okay.
Yeah, I know what's going on.
Oh, you do? So you had time to think about it. Okay. When did you know that you were different?
I want to say my mindset changed when I tore my ACL like 3 years ago, and I started really
Sorry.
I started really focusing on football because I was going to the United States to play at Baylor, and I had to be ready. And I only had like 6 or 7 months, and that's when I really realized that I kind of fell in love with the process and lifting and all that stuff, and I was like, yeah, I think I could do that. And then that's the year I came here with you the first time.
Yeah,
for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
so,
and he's a special athlete. We put him on the test of the trails.
Yeah,
with the mountain biking, and he was really good at that. So I was like, all right, he's good at that. And then we did a huge bike trail downtown. That was fun.
A little traumatizing, but yeah, it was
a little
fun.
Traumatizing at your age, yeah. But yeah, he's special. So what sports did you give me a history of why you're so talented and how the process, you talking about the process, hit on for a lot of listeners that probably can't pick up on that, but that's the reason he's going to go all the way, because he talks about the process. He doesn't talk about the Friday night games or Saturday games or Sunday games. He talks about the process, and he enjoys that process. And all the guys on the wall, especially the 4-wall, the process was the juice for him. It wasn't the game. So give me a little history for the people that are listening or watching the show of your background, your athletic background in your family.
Yeah, well, my whole family played sports. Started with my parents. My dad, he played tennis professionally. He played for Team Canada, went to the Olympics in '92. So, growing up, sport had to be a part of our life. So I started playing tennis. I played for a little bit, but it was never for me. I'm more of a team sport guy, so yeah.
But your siblings, they all played.
Everyone played. Everyone tried, but only 2 of the kids ended up playing.
What was your mom's background?
She always played sport growing up, not at a high level, but she played basketball and track. She ran track and stuff, and she's really tall too. You've met her.
Oh yeah, she's real tall.
She's
and
athletic,
gorgeous.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's All right, so what sports did you? I know you just did football in high school, but in middle school, did you do the 3 basic ones in Canada? So you're from Montreal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So was it hockey one?
Hockey was more of a hobby, I'd say. So on weekends, but I would play every day. It was, every kid in Canada plays hockey for a little bit. And but yeah, I grew up playing tennis until I was 8, and then started playing soccer. I did karate growing up too. And track, and I tried a bunch of stuff because I just didn't know, when you grow up, it's good to do.
Did you ride bikes a lot?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
For you,
that's why I was
so good in the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you just first time.
Just being outside, really.
Yeah.
Growing up, my parents wouldn't they would force me to go out and stuff, and I guess it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, that's where you get those little insights right there. Those little insights are amazing.
Mm.
All right, so take us through how we got together. Because, everybody's like, how's this kid like one of your sons? How's he at your house? How's he in the wood gym? Take us through that introduction or the hookup.
Yeah, so started football in high school, and my last year I realized that I could like continue playing at a higher level. So my coach back home told me about going to play in Tennessee, either McCallie or Baylor. And my brother was working with Sasha at that time, Felix, the one that runs track. And Sasha told my dad about it, and he said, "Oh yeah, I heard about Baylor and McCallie. I have someone in Knoxville that trains just like an hour away." So I don't know. Did we talk before I got here? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No, yeah.
No.
So it was really just like kind of like a leap of faith. I didn't know what was. Like, I've never been in the South before. It was my first time in Tennessee.
How did we meet? Did your parents bring you down?
No, I just flew here. I met you at the airport. It was
On your own?
crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
You texted me, I'm at the door, and I just saw Chaz at the door. It was funny, yeah.
Yeah, oh, man. Okay, so then I picked you up, and you got in the car, and you're probably like, what the hell are we doing with this nutball Italian?
Yeah, no, I remember the first time. I don't know if you remember. The first time I was here.
Help me.
Like, we walked in, I had to go to the bathroom, and I was like, is there a bathroom inside? I didn't know where I was. Because it was just like
You were in here?
Yeah.
We came to the wood gym
like,
from the airport.
What is this place? Yeah. And I was like, do you have a bathroom, or do I have to like go outside? Or
You asked that? Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I remember that.
Wow.
Yeah, and so yeah, that was my first day.
First day we went right from the airport here.
Yeah.
Eval, or did we like just start training?
No, we didn't do. I think we just started training.
You trained with. I remember you were with Harrison one or two times.
Yeah, the second week he was there.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Trained with him.
And that was your sophomore year?
Yeah,
sophomore year, and then we just.
That was a year before I got to Baylor.
Got you. So you went back up. You trained with me. Got to meet. We did our whole thing, and then you went back up to Canada and played one more year.
Yeah, I had one more year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then and that's when you started. That's when you came through, and you were visiting a couple places in Florida with your family, and came back up this way, right?
Yeah. So we had 3 schools to visit: Clearwater in Florida, Baylor, and McCallie, and yeah. So we went to Florida first, and then we drove up here, and I came to see you. I think, yeah.
Yeah, and then we're making the big decision of what to do. There's a possibility.
Yeah,
to
we're
live
talking
with me.
about Knox Catholic.
Yeah, and go to Catholic, and when they were a little powerhouse, and we went through that progression, so that was neat. And then you decided on Baylor, right? And it was one of those. I still remember it like it was yesterday. I remember telling everybody that story. As you were in the football program and you were playing, and I don't know if it was second, third, fourth game, you text me, you're like, I'm not getting the looks, I'm not getting the attention yet. Should I go talk to the coach? And it was one of those things I had to think about, and I text you back, and I remember saying, like, no, they'll find out soon enough what talent you are. Remember that?
Yeah, no, I remember.
And then I don't know if I went to the game that you went off, or it was one of those, Odell Beckham one-arm catches on the sideline, and I was like, they'll figure it out now, and then the rest was history, right?
Yeah, the first few games were... The first game I had a few catches because the team wasn't very good, but I was that kind of player that, like, when you play a good team and it gets, like, close, he plays his really good players and you're on the sideline and stuff. So that was my first few games. And, yeah, I'd say, I can't remember. I think it was Knox Catholic, actually, the game that, like, I...
Went off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were like, all right, we got something, and it just started growing and growing, and then...
yeah, and this year, I feel like this year is really the year I showed my coach and stuff.
Yeah, and then when did you know, like, the schools were starting to come after you, the big-time schools?
It was the start of first game of the playoffs. That's when I got my first offer. It was
junior year?
Yeah, I went up to Louisville with my quarterback, Whit Muschamp. He's one of my best friends. And it was just like he just invited me. The coach, he didn't know me or anything. It was kind of crazy. And I got there and he was like, "Oh, who are you?" and stuff. and you looked me up and you looked at my film and you came back and he was like, yeah, we're gonna offer you a scholarship.
That's pretty neat.
No, it was crazy. Yeah.
And that was your first one.
Yeah.
And then didn't the head coach for Georgia come to see you?
Yeah, after that it started getting crazy.
Yeah.
Recruiting, it's like you get one offer and you start blowing up after that. So
yeah.
Yeah, so they were like coming to school. It's not just like me and at Baylor. We have like a bunch of players that are getting recruited, so they would come for like all of us. And yeah, Kirby was there. Hypole came a few times
and talked to you.
Yeah,
and then you came up.
It was every week. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. And then you came up here, and you went to visit UT on a visit, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I remember that.
You wore a Petrone shirt, taking a picture with him.
I remember
that. I tell you, Harrison's the same way. That's why I compare him to Harrison so much. And then Alabama, and then Penn State.
Yeah, there was a week. It was when the big schools started coming to school, and that's when it started going off. Yeah,
and then of course the Ohio State. Yeah. Right, and then that's when I think your tight end coach even texted me. Very nice guy.
Oh yeah, and very nice. Yeah,
was impressed with what you were doing and stuff. So, was it? We talk about that gut feeling in here a lot. And what was it that made you go to Ohio State over all the other powerhouse schools?
It was my dream school. So when I started playing football, I was trying not to think about it during the recruitment and visit every other school and then. Go to Ohio State last and figure out what the best was. But when I got there, I knew it was after 10 minutes, I was like, all right, that's it.
This is it.
That's it. I had the same feeling for Baylor too.
Yeah.
When I visited McCallie and Baylor, and I was gonna go to McCallie because Baylor didn't have a coach.
I remember
we didn't know who it was yet.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I was just waiting to see who the coach was. And all my friends were going to McCallie. I think 6 or 7 of my friends are at McCallie. So I was like, all right, I'll just do that because they don't have a coach. And I don't know, it just felt wrong. So I waited and yeah.
Yeah, so tell me that feeling, when you said it felt wrong. What was it like?
I was talking to my dad and he was like, I don't know if we can wait any longer because McCallie was pushing us. They were saying if you don't commit till this day, we're gonna take some money out of your scholarship and stuff like that. Which I don't know if it's legal, but yeah. And so it was stressing my family, my parents and stuff. So we were trying to make a decision as soon as we could. And I was talking to my dad, and he was like, "So McCallie, it's gonna be a place," and I was like. Yeah, I guess, and it just didn't feel right. So I called him the next morning. He told me he would send an email to the coach and tell him that we're going, but he felt it too that something was wrong. So
wow,
he didn't do anything until I was sure.
I like that. Yeah. I always ask people what the gut feeling is, and what breaking those.
And I think I had the same feeling when the first time I came here. I didn't know anything. Sasha, I didn't even know Sasha. I don't think I met him before I got here. And my parents just told me, oh, maybe you should go up there and just see what it is. And if you don't like it, you come back.
Here you're talking about?
Yeah.
The wood gym and the Petrone Casa?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what did your gut feeling say on that?
Yeah, I mean, it was just
when you met me,
don't know
what
to expect, and you just you meet Chaz the first interaction. You're like, all right, who is this?
Right. Yeah. So it felt right, or it didn't feel right, or that's what I like to always know because I don't think I make wood gym guys. They're already there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? On a straight fact point, my mentors, they didn't make me who I am. They were who I am.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, cool. I like Louis Simmons. I love Radomir. It's I felt comfortable with them. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I was like, okay, they didn't. Yeah. So it just all wood gym people. I mean, 4 of us in here are wood gym people.
Mm-hmm.
It's you don't have many options. You got to get under bar and squat. We don't have machines. You're here for a program, or you're here for my intellectual property, writing a workout, and that's how they were too. And it felt comfortable. Does that make sense?
No, and my parents were like, so how is it? Like, what do you guys do? Like, why do you like it? Why do you want to go back? And
how do you describe it? Because nobody can. What do you say? Like when people go, "What's his style?"
I didn't know how to tell them.
Nobody.
So that's when I think they came like I can't remember when. But
did they come and pick you
up?
Yeah. They came here?
Yeah.
It was like last year.
Yeah. And then, so like after that, they were like, oh, I get it. Yeah. I see why you want to go back.
Got it. Yeah. It's a blast. I love it. Okay. So take us through. We're there. What I found special about Maxence, and everybody always asks, I even had a gentleman in here named Randy that was in the gym, and he wanted to understand, like, how do you know Theo will be in the league, and how do you know that Maxence will play? I just know, but it's all the little things. It's not the big things. And I think other people see the big things. And I'd say with Maxence, he patterns so much after Harrison of like not changing anything. I mean, he won't try another training place whatsoever. He gets a sports agent coming out for the draft. He'll tell him, just like Harrison, I got my place. I'm good. I know it. Like, that's one thing that doesn't have to be in writing or whatever, which I don't do any of that. But I just know he'll be that guy. And I think it just put another exclamation mark on it when he came back up to start this training for the spring semester. And he showed me his phone. And do you remember that, where you were like, I blocked out my schedule and approved it through Baylor and my parents. I get up at your place at Thursday at 7, eat dinner, hang out, wake up and start training Friday through Saturday, Friday through Sunday, then back at school. He innately did that. And that's those little things that you see that are true, the 1%. And he's that guy without having to think about it or being told, hey, you got to go up to Petrone's and, I don't want to, or I'm going to miss this for that. I'm going to, he sacrifices a lot to get up here, and he's a very independent individual, and he's a very, very mature young man at his age, and he knows how to have fun, and he has that that wild card in him that I love in a guy. Is like, he's not too straight-laced, if you know what I mean. We could go to Tomato Head and eat gluten-free pizza pie and chill out, and he's, watch his diet, but, unless I tell him something different, he's still going to be the fun guy. He still has that energy. He reminds me so much of Harrison. Harrison and I were FaceTiming last night, having fun on the phone, and it's just beautiful that way. And I think that you're going to, sky's the limit with you. And again, I don't get to say this much on the microphone, but man, I really do love you. I think the world of you, your parents, the way they brought you up, and we went to UTC and hung out at the house with you. And it's energy's energy. And I'll say this and I'll leave it at that. But when people laugh, and we know people out there that laugh at energy, it's because they don't have energy. And they think it's silly if that is. And if you don't know people walking in that door and you can't feel it, you're not here. You're not in the right space. You might as well just walk right back out. So big shout out to Theo and Randy. No shows today. No shows for Theo and Randy today. It happens. It happens with the best of us. Maxence, I love you. Let's get to work. Let's get it going. I can't wait to watch you dominate this year at the Ohio State. For those haters out there, he's coming. Watch him. That's awesome.
Oh, so good.
That's it?
Yep, that's it.
All right.
Loved it.